get it on. Let's talk about something very important. Don't ever, you heard what I'm telling you? Don't ever become addicted to the presence of the woman. I'm speaking specifically to this issue. You're going to be gamed. You're going to go out like a sucker. The gentleman, the nice, beautiful gentleman with nothing else to back it up, eats dust. He's the one, he's the fodder. He's the one put in pillory, mocked, ridiculed. Never believe the bullshit the meek inherit the earth. The women want a nice, adorable, well-behaved, well-mannered, respectful gentleman. Biggest bullshit ever been told. Don't become addicted to the presence. Don't need. You have to be able to tell that woman, I don't need you. There are others. There are many others. But he has to begin with the premise, I could never have this. His case is unique. If he's 5'3", he's got a big-ass head and a big face and gross features, gross large features. All the things that are most unattractive, that most take it away from an appearance and a personality and a presence out there. Now I'm talking some truth here. I'm getting down on it. Comportment is everything. If you have a personality, if you have an appearance, and you have a height to go with, you're going to get away with an awful lot. You're going to get away with an awful lot of bullshit. And you're living in a world, same as me, that you have to master. And I should say I have to master because I'm not nowhere near close to having accomplished it. The art of hyperbole, or stretching the truth, exaggerating. It's an art, and selling it. Notice I said sell, the art of the deal. Swing it, sell it. It's all sales out there. It's all show, it's all performance. It's all superficial. Remember, everyone, and I said everyone can be replaced. You substitute, there are substitutes for everyone. You use surrogate. You use surrogate. You can't get, take my case for example. I'll never get the tall, well-built, strong, sexually exciting blonde or brunette or what I like. What I like, look good in those tight jeans and a mini skirt, and I love it. I purely do. I'll never get it. So I have to substitute. I have to listen to the locker room stories and remember what I've heard. I have to look around and use my eyes and my brain as my camera. Remember what I've seen, memorialize it perfectly, because I'm going to need that memory later when I go up to the penthouse and take the solution into my own hands, if only I could. But right now, you're looking at an impotent man. I am completely erectively impotent. So it's all fascination. It's all fascination. It's all in the mind. It's all a mind fantasy. Because you lose the connection. I'm pushing 75, my friend. You lose the mind-body connection. The mind may say, man, I'll handle this woman. I handle it. I can do it. I purely can. But the body says bullshit. So what you're going to have to do, if you're like me, I can talk dirty real good. The king. And I'm the king of frottage. Touching. I'm the king of frottage and king of dirty talk. I can do it. So you bring along what we call the finisher, if you can. If you're in a situation like me, for example, you're going to bring along the finisher. This is the younger man who's stronger, more virile, and he can finish the act. He can take over when the sexuality begins. When the fucking begins is what I'm saying. He takes over. He can get the job done. We have to compromise. What am I saying here? We have to compromise. Life is a continuous compromise, a continuous replacement, a continuous giving to myself, continuously. What my society will deny me, predicated on the age, predicated on the way I look, predicated on your physical fitness, all of this is a factor. And it all goes into the competition equation. Don't nobody give me the bullshit that they have an entitlement, or it should be fair, or it should be level competitive field. Bullshit. We know for sure, we know for certain, there's no doubt in our mind that doesn't exist. It'll never exist. It'll never exist. I don't care. You take socialism, for example. That's big nowadays. But the great Freud got it right. Freud said, I'm not an economist, but I do know, now listen to me closely, the premises on which socialism is based. I don't know if he probably was not talking about Marxism. That's a whole different... When you're talking about Marx, most people don't know how to read Marx. They don't understand him. I'm talking about something entirely different. What Marx had to say was different than what I'm talking about. This is not about Marx. It's about socialism. There's no such thing, because the great Dr. Freud said, I'm not an economist, but I know for certain, there's no doubt in my mind, the premises, the psychological, biological premises upon which socialism is predicated are a fabrication. That man is good, that there is, in a sense, a common good out there in the heavens, and man is essentially good. It's society. It's politics. It's the way the economy is set up that makes him bad. And Freud said, bullshit. Man, essentially, he's neither good nor bad. Man, the wolf to man. Hominis, lupus hominis. Man, the wolf to man. Get down on it. When I reduce man to his basic primordiality, his primary being, and I strip away consistently, I strips away all the bullshit. And I cleans out that Aegean stable of all the conditioning and all the bullshit I see around me. All the phoniness. I strip that all away and reduce that bum, that social performer, that man or that woman, I don't care who it is, down to the bare, basic carnality. What am I going to find there? What am I going to find there? Hominis, lupus hominis. Man or woman, the worst, the wolf to man or woman, the backstabber, the double talker. If that wasn't true, why do we have to ensure a promise to perform? Why do we have a legal system to ensure? Why do we have contracts and enforce? Because we know man is a slider. He'll slide out of anything. He'll do anything to renege on a promise if it's to his advantage to do so. I know this for a fact. There's no doubt in my mind about this. You got to get leverage. The man says, I'm going to perform. Fine. I want leverage on you, Jack. I want to make sure. Specific time, specific date, specific performance, specific outcome for specific amount of money. And I want leverage on you. Legally, they say, a lawyer once told me, and he was so right, in my profession, what we have to do before we make the man, we got to get our opponent's arm right up to the breaking point, right there at the breaking point. And then we say, pay or quit. Pay or quit. It's as cold as that. I have no doubt in my mind, no doubt whatsoever about the veracity of what I'm saying. And I ask anybody to take the challenge. I challenge you. There's no doubt in my mind about what I'm saying. You can go to your church. Go to your churches, go to your synagogues, wherever the hell you want to go. And talk about the brotherhood, spiritual Brotherhood, the Christian Brotherhood, and all that other crap. All bullshit. All bullshit. It's premised on the untenables, the absolute truth that the preacher knows. The preacher knows it. That's why he tells us, get reverent for the sermon. Get respect in this church. Get respect. Because preacher has the answers. He's got the hotline to Jesus. He knows God. Preacher prayed about the sermon. He prayed. He wants to be in God's will. He wants to talk the indubitable, undoubtable, inscrutable will of God the Father. And he preached Jesus the Savior, that we need Jesus to act as our defense attorney before the highest judge of all. And the preacher has the absolute. Preacher knows the answer. I remember one time I was at a church. Listen to this story. And they were counseling sexual matters, right? If you weren't married, you couldn't get in. Because the preacher, you have to have, are you ready? Shame. You have to come in with shame. You have to come in to this meeting with a pious heart. You have to come into this meeting with a righteous morality that doesn't exist. It was thrown out years ago. Freud threw it out. Wilhelm Reich threw it out. Schopenhauer threw it out. Hegel threw it out. Marx threw it out. But yet this bullshit, this absolute, immovable bullshit still terrorizes us to this very day. I'm on fire today. I can go on and on, but I won't quit here.